Good evening, good evening. Oh, good evening, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. My name is Alma Nancy. I go by Alma the CPA because I am a registered, licensed, certified public accountant from Chicago, Illinois. And good morning to y'all on Facebook as well and YouTube. So listen, good morning, millionaires. My name is Alma. What we do, if this is your first time joining us, 7 days a week, actually, we have what we call 7 minutes of success. So Good Morning Millionaire is all based around skill set and mindset, whereas Good Evening Millionaire is all based around financial education and financial literacy. So totally believe in like each one teach one, we can change the world. And here we go. Okay, so this morning what we want to talk about is 5 ways that you can be more assertive. And this is just about asking for what you want, and being firm about it and making sure that you are treated fairly. A lot of times, you may hear stuff like the squeaky wheel always gets the oil and stuff like that. And maybe you're one of those people where you're kind of like, oh, it's cool, whatever, and stuff like that. But then what happens is you inadvertently get looked over. So if that's you, right, or somebody like that, you want to make sure that you share the broadcast, share it on your personal page as well as in different groups that you are in. And so let's get started. So before we get started with the top 5, I just want to go over, it's a really thin line between being assertive and aggression, right? A lot of times people will feel like, I just tell it like it is and stuff like that. And it can be very aggressive, and people don't really care for aggressive people, even though, on the surface, excuse me, on the surface, it may seem like people being really aggressive always get what they want. But just know, if you're working on becoming more assertive, there is a difference between aggression and being assertive. So assertiveness is definitely based on balance, right? Think about that. It's based on balance. So it requires you to obviously, come forth with like what exactly you need, but you still consider other people and what they need. And you just want to get your point across. But more importantly, you want to be fair with other people, and you want them to be fair with you. When you have an aggressive behavior, you just want to win, right? You just want to win. You're like, I don't care, I got to get mine and stuff like that. So that's like a kind of cut and dry difference between the two. It's a lot of benefits, and we won't have time to go into all of them. But, more importantly, the main benefit of being assertive is that it helps you become more confident, and it helps you gain a better understanding of who you are and what you have to value. And a lot of times that's one of the affirmations that we say, like, I am enough, And so once you understand yourself and you understand what you have to offer and that you are valuable and that you are enough, then you can learn to be more assertive. And so, or vice versa, right? You can do it at the same time too. But this is like the main benefit of being assertive, is that it helps you build your self-confidence. So give me a number 1 and a share. And if y'all taking notes on the phone line, go ahead and put a number 1 down. But on Facebook, give me a number 1 and a share. Good morning, millionaire. Okay, so the first thing is, oops, I'm not even live on Facebook. Okay, there we go. Okay, so give me a number 1 and a share. Number 1 is you will value yourself and value your rights. So, like I said, it helps you gain a better understanding of yourself, but more importantly, a strong belief of what you value inherently, as well as what you value for your organization and your team. A lot of times we may have our own types of values, but we want to make sure that it's covering the value of the whole organization, and everything that you do is for you, yourself, and your organization. So you want to be able to, of course, build your self-confidence, but then remain your true self. And you don't want to get your needs and wants mixed up with the organization. So it has to be in alignment. But that's number one, is you value yourself and your rights. Okay, number two, give me a number two and a share. Give me a number two. Thank you for the shares, millionaires. Thank you, Miss Connie. Thank you. Okay, so number two and a share. Number two is you voice your needs and wants with confidence, right? A lot of times, think about it like this. If somebody comes to you and they're like, oh no, this is what we can do and this is how we can help, and that's it. As opposed to like, hey, I was thinking that maybe, I don't know, but maybe, I think it could probably work. It's like, nah, that's way too many maybes, too many probablys, too many I don't knows. So number two is voice your needs and wants with confidence. So you just say like, this is what I think, this is what I think will work. And that's it, and leave it like that. And you don't want to be constantly kind of cowering down or backstepping, like peddling, like I don't know, but maybe I think it'll work and stuff like that. You want to voice what you need with confidence, okay? Number three, give me a number three and a share. Good morning, millionaires. Thanks, millionaires, for the shares. I see a bunch of them now. I wasn't on Facebook earlier. I don't know what I did. Well, actually I do, but number three and a share. Give me a number three and a share. Good morning, millionaires. Okay, so number three is you want to acknowledge, right? Number three, acknowledge that you cannot have control over other people's behavior, right? A lot of times people get upset because they think that, they have to control the entire situation. So don't make the mistake of accepting responsibility of how other people, what other people do, and more importantly, how they react to your assertiveness. So if somebody, but at the same time, you want to focus on not being aggressive, right? But just remember, like if somebody gets upset because you're always the first one to speak up, or, they start becoming resentful or something like that, just know that you can only control yourself and your own behavior. So as long as that you are, really practicing on being assertive and really keeping everybody's best interest in mind, but keeping your best interest as number one, then you cannot control other people's behavior. And don't worry about that. One of the things with being passive is that, we'll always kind of be like, oh, they're going to be mad, or, oh, they're going to hate me, or, hating confrontation. Like I hate confrontation, and that's like a whole nother story. And then at the same time, sometimes I feel like I'm a crazy person, but but anyway, it's like 0 to 100. But so I'm working on it. But just know, like, you can't control other people's behavior, and just focus on, you being assertive and making sure that it's not aggressive, and you're doing what's best for you first, as well as everybody else. Number four, give me a number four and a share. Give me a number four. Put a number four in the comments and share the broadcast. Share it on your personal page, as well as different groups that you are in. Okay? Make sure that number four is express yourself in a positive way. So if somebody could put that in the comments for me, that would be awesome. So it's very important to say what's on your mind, but you have to do it constructively and sensitively. Don't be one of those people that's like, I keep it real. I just tell it like it is, and stuff like that, because again, you don't want to be too aggressive and overbearing, but don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and confront people. And, if the challenge presents itself, you have to be able to stand up for yourself. And that's the main part of being assertive, and you can be upset too. If you feel like, just let your emotions take you where they do. Like if it's something that upsetting you, just know that you can be upset, but you still have to express yourself in a positive and respectful way, right? and stay calm and cool at all times, okay? Number 5, give me a number 5 and a share. We are almost out of here. I said 5, but I think I'm going to give you guys 6. Number 5 and a share. So put a number 5 in the comments and share the broadcast. So you want to be open to criticism as well as open to compliments, right? A lot of times, we can accept like compliments, but then we can be open to criticism, or maybe we take criticism like somebody is coming against us and we get like defensive and angry and stuff like that. So you want to be able to accept criticism as well as confidence, because it can just help you grow, right? And if you don't get it, you can always ask people for feedback, because that's probably the area that you really need to work on. Okay, and number 6, this is our bonus. So put bonus in the comments for me, and then we're going to go ahead and get out of here and do our affirmations. Make sure that you guys join us on the phone line, everybody on Facebook. All you have to do, the numbers in the caption. If somebody could put the number in the comments, that would be awesome. And also make sure that you guys join Dear Millionaire so you can get all types of cool tips and tricks about success. It's the world's first free text message service on personal growth and self-development. If one of my millionaires on Facebook could put that in the comments for me, that would be awesome. So number 6, and then we're going to get out of here. Learn how to say no. Now, this is so big. Just learn how to say no. Now, no is like the hardest thing to do. And I totally get it. It took me a long time, and I still have to work on this. But just know, like, this is vital for you becoming more assertive. Knowing your own limits, like knowing how much you can take on and knowing how much you cannot take on, and just say no. Now, you can always try to find a win-win situation, like, hey, I can't really do that right now, but let me see if I can, do X, Y, and Z to help you or steer you in the right direction. But learn how to say no and know your own limits, because a lot of times that's when people start feeling like very overwhelmed, because you just have so much stuff and you go way beyond what you can do. Okay, so that just about does it for us millionaires. So make sure that you hop on the live line. Okay, hop on the live line with us, and we'll get